Welcome back everyone to more of our gameplay in NR 2003. We are rolling right along in the 2022 racing season, and this is the first opportunity that we're going to make an adjustment to the particular track we're running this week. Now this is going to happen multiple times throughout the series, probably a lot in conjunction with some of the road courses, as I never was a huge fan of the road courses in NR 2003, particularly with some of the behaviors that I see. So we're probably going to be swapping out some tracks throughout the season, and this is our first opportunity, but this is a little bit different. So obviously we're headed to Atlanta this week in the NASCAR's, all three of the NASCAR Top Series, but I do not have the newly configured Atlanta Motor Speedway. Now Atlanta, under what is now the old configuration, was my favorite oval track, call it mile-and-a-half track, for quite some time, simply because it had so much fall off in the tires and so many options on what groove to run on the track. Now I do know there is a newly configured Atlanta available, but I did not have a lot of time to go and get it and test it. And based on some of the reviews I saw of it, I was not comfortable at all simply running it here on the channel without a lot of testing, because it seemed to me that I was going to probably have to make some adjustments to the file to make it operate anywhere close to the way I wanted it. So we're simply going to go with the old configuration. That certainly doesn't break my heart, because this is going to be a lot of fun. As we hop into the single race, we're going to be using Atlanta BR, which is going to be quite a nice change for my computer, since it will not have to deal with as much graphically, so the frames per second should be much higher, and my computer will definitely thank me. We're going to be running a total of 49 laps. We'll have realistic damage on, no yellow flags, so we're not going to have to worry about any restarts or any slowdown in the action. We'll have a total of 36 trucks running at 100%. Now I have made some adjustments to the track so that we'll see how they work out. Made some adjustments to the tire wear for both the player as well as the AI, the fall off, all sorts of things like that. So it should make things quite interesting.
Drivers, start your engines.
All right, command has been given. We're going green in about a half a lap. So as always, our goal is to make it from the back as far forward as we can. Now I try to set it up with varying degrees of difficulty, and the way I do that is to limit how much testing I do with the AI. I test with them to try to get them stable and to get them at a certain speed, but there's so many variables here.
Going green.
How quickly things spread out, the tire wear, the tire fall off versus my fall off. So there's a lot of things to consider here. But of course,
green flag, green,
at some point, things are going to come up to where we need them for a possibility for wins, podiums, top fives, and so on. But as you saw last week at Phoenix, sometimes you're racing at the back and you are forced to run as hard as you can for literally every position. So I enjoy that mix, and hopefully you guys do as well, because setting it up to where you can win a bunch of races is easy, but that's not what I'm interested in. I want it to be tough. I want there to be some intrigue there, some randomness in whether or not we can make it into the top 20, or maybe sometimes we're running for wins and top fives. All right, right now these guys are all jammed up 2 by 2, so that makes this top groove even better.
Keep high. Keep high.
I'm also trying to be careful. I'm trying to read these guys as we go through the corner. I don't want to take it 3 wide on the exit at the last second.
Keep high.
That's something I'm only interested in doing maybe at the very end of the race. But right here, ooh, look, like right there, you can see. I saw the 44 have to get out of it there in the high side. I think that was actually because of what was going on in front of him.
You're up top, 3 wide.
But I knew I did not want to be 4 wide.
You're up top,
Ooh, I don't like this. Looks like Rayon is struggling.
You're up top, 3 wide. You're up top, 3 wide. Car inside.
So it looks like The 44 is just trying to take evasive action sometimes instead of slowing down. He's just trying to keep from running over Ray Owen. Kind of appears.
You're up top, 3 wide, inside. You're
Now,
up
let's see if
top,
we can get
3
through some of
wide.
this without incident. Because with new tires, we've got some speed, we got some grip.
Still there.
So let's try to take advantage of that. Because that's definitely going to go away as time passes. Especially if we find ourselves in a level traffic. And if we get some clean air, we should be fine.
Clear.
Even as the tires wear, because we should
Car
have
inside.
still enough grip
Keep high.
to get where we need to be. Some of these guys just
Stay high.
still scare me on corner exit. So I'm not quite sure where you're
Clear
going.
inside.
I don't mind rubbing up against that wall a little bit on corner exit if it means not causing a wreck.
Inside.
Because that's not going to
Clear.
register any real damage
Inside.
to the truck, so we're not going to be too terribly
Keep
worried
high.
about that. We just don't want to give it any big smacks
there.
off the wall. We don't want to do any tank slappers on corner exit. Other than that,
Clear
we should be
inside.
fine.
Inside. Clear. Car inside. Still there. Keep high. Clear.
So the high side will be our friend today. Obviously, we know the AI are going to hug that bottom. So I'm going to be trying to stay out of the dirty air as much as I can. So I'm going to be using this high side or even the middle whenever possible. Whatever seems like it's working the best for us. And once again, I have left off the spotter giving us a lap time. So we're not going to hear lap times. It's still hard for me to get used to that because I've had it on forever. So we're going to have to judge our speeds in the different grooves sort of by eye if we're gaining or losing ground on the AI around us.
Stay high. Keep digging.
Ooh, it's tight right there.
Still there.
Tight. All right, there we go. I'd really like to get to the outside of
wide. Inside.
that 32.
Still there. Clear.
There we go. That's what I was hoping for. So the first goal is get into the top 30. That should get us, normally I think of that as getting us by some of the slowest traffic. Getting us by some of the, 5 to 7 trucks on the track that are probably going to be a good bit off the pace overall. Then the next goal is the top 20. So that's what we're thinking about right now. Do we have enough speed to get inside the top 20? So I try to take it segment by segment instead of starting the race thinking, okay, we got to get all the way to the lead. I just try to take it, 5 to 6 cars at a time. See if we have enough speed to pass those guys. Then if we do, let's try to go past, 5 more, that kind of thing.
Clear.
And then hopefully along the way, I will hear the updates on what lap we're on. So I'll know sort of where we are. And as we get down toward the end of the race, I can start to press the issue on these positions rather than trying to be a lot more patient. You can see I'm definitely fine keeping it up here in this top group. Now I really don't want to get too close to that wall because, well, those of you familiar with NR 2003 know that if you touch that wall, it can just suck you in, and before you know it, you've lost a whole bunch of spots because your speed is just going to be gone. It will suck you in and hold you for generally the entire corner, or until you slow it down enough it will let you off. Either way, you're going to lose a ton of positions and all your momentum. So I'm trying to give it a little bit of room between me and that one. Most of the time. Sometimes I get a little excited and I try to get a little bit too close to that. A right now, no need to press our luck, as we are motoring right along, still passing trucks.
Inside.
This should be really interesting in the Xfinity cars that have a lot less grip and more speed.
Stay high. Clear inside.
Because the trucks, you can easily run the traffic wide open. I'm having to lift here
Still there.
because, number one, the tires are starting to wear a little bit, but also because of traffic.
Clear.
Much easier to control the trucks than it is the Xfinity cars. And then the Cup cars, well, they're a whole different beast with these modified physics. All right, so we're sitting here in 23rd position. I'm happy with where we are so far. Again, we got a long way to go to get through this field, particularly now that things have really started to spread out. Car's starting to slide around a good bit more. And, well, we're in traffic now, so that's hurting our grip as well. All right, Jesse, I need you to keep it in that middle groove. Give us some room up here.
Still there.
I'm going to try to give you some room as well. I'm going to try
Stay
anyway.
high.
It gets really tight coming through the quad oval at these places.
Stay high.
Just trying to figure out where your groove is and where their groove is. There's no easy feat when you're 3 wide coming through there.
Clear. Car inside.
Well, that was a very good
Stay
corner
high.
for us. I was able to get out of the gas on corner entry, get the
Still
car
there.
to rotate, and then we
Clear.
were right back in it.
You're now in the top 20. Car inside. Keep high.
So far, the setup is holding
Clear
up
inside.
exactly the way I need it to. It's a little bit on the tight side,
Inside.
which simply means that I am chasing the front end more than I am the back end.
Clear inside.
Chasing the back end is generally faster in this game overall, but in traffic it can become a real handful when you start thinking about the dirty air. So I generally try to set the
Stay high.
car or the truck up to be a little on the tight side.
Still there. Clear.
All right, there you go. Not only are we inside the top 20 now, we've got a little bit of clean air. Okay, we've got Haley Deegan out here in front of us. At least I believe that's her truck. Yeah, number 1. I was just going off the spotter and the overall scheme of the truck. But other than that, we've got a little bit of clean air before we get to the next group of trucks. And that next group of trucks gets us dangerously close to the top 10.
Keep digging.
Alright, so you can hear me having to work the gas a little bit more now.
Inside.
Again, as long as we stick to this high side,
Still
we're going to
there.
be in the throttle the most of any groove out here.
Clear.
Which is one of the reasons why I'm staying away from that bottom groove. Trying to take care of these tires. Alright, now that we're past Deegan, I do want to get down to this bottom a little bit and just see what we've got down here. See what I need to do in order to drive this groove. Just in case we need to. Okay, not too bad. I can hold it on the bottom, because you never know, we might have to go 3 wide on the bottom, and I need to know if I can even hold it down there in clean air. But if I have to do that in traffic, I got a feeling we're not going anywhere fast. Yeah, we're definitely better off up here by the wall. Alright, so we're sitting here in 16th place. 3 seconds behind. Ooh, that was tight right there. Going through the center, had to back out a little bit. So we're 3 seconds behind what looks to be, well, basically the front pack, because they're all running fairly close together. So we're going to have to see if we can make up any ground on them. Right now, we are not. In fact, we're losing ever so slightly. So if this continues, then I may have to go searching back down on the bottom and see if I can find any speed down there. Right now, we're just sort of breaking even, it looks like. At least we're breaking even with Kraus, who is the last car in that train. So this is also the time where tire wear and the fall off is going to start to come into play. Do our tires wear more than the AI? Is our fall off more than the AI? So again, running this top groove, much easier on the car.
There the car flags. We're halfway home.
And there you go. Halfway through the race. Halfway through, essentially halfway through a fuel run. I would have actually preferred to run a little bit longer race, but again, I try to keep it pretty close to a fuel run. Alright, it looks like Kraus is starting to lose the back end of that group. So as you can see, we've made up a couple of tenths on the last couple of laps after just breaking even. Woo, that was close. We were almost in the wall there. Well, so much for that tenth or two we gained. We just lost that. But the good news for us is that we've put quite a bit of time on Deegan and the rest behind us. So we've got a little bit to play with here, but of course we don't want to get it in the wall. That's not going to help anything. I'm going to try to back up my entry a little bit, get out of the gas a little bit earlier. And okay, that was good right there. That was good. Try to get out of the gas a little bit earlier, get the car rotated a little bit quicker. Because I am bad about overdriving the entry anyway. It's one of the demons that I fight. Because my brain says, drive it in there till you see Elvis. Yep, definitely starting to lose the tires a bit.
20 laps to go.
That's the beauty of all of the tire wear and fall off, is you're constantly having to rethink how you're driving the track, how deep you can drive it in, how quickly you can get back to the gas, and how much gas you can give it. I mean, things overall are working out really good for us now, because we are definitely catching the guys in front of us, even though I am certainly having to work this throttle more than I would like. At this point, we're definitely catching Kraus. That is for sure. And we seem to be catching the group in front of him as well. Although I am admittedly not paying nearly as much attention whenever I glance up at the times as I am the ones to Kraus. But obviously, just looking out of the mirror and the windshield will tell you where you are front and behind, sometimes a lot quicker than looking up at the standings. That windshield doesn't lie. Oh yeah. Yeah, things are starting to get it really interesting now, because I'm I'm really having to fight this truck mid-corner. Trying to stay in the gas, but also trying to keep this thing as neutral as I can overall, so we don't just wear out the right front or the right rear too much. We don't want to lean on it too much.
Clear.
Okay, where are we? That should have been for 15, right? Yes, indeed. 15. All right. All right, and at the same time, I now notice that these guys in front of us are a lot closer. Now, I haven't taken the time to try to see how many are in this pack. I haven't counted them or anything like that. So we're just going to take them as they come and just try to pass as many as we can. So how many laps do we have left? I have no idea right now. We know we're past halfway, but how far? I have no idea. I haven't been tracking it.
Inside. Keep high. You're up top.
Ooh,
3
hello.
wide. Inside.
Okay, Hocevar there was out of the gas
Clear
a lot
inside.
quicker than I was expecting. I haven't really been using the brake at all. Oh, there's that Johnny Sauter truck.
Inside.
Really like the look of that truck.
Keep high. Clear inside.
All right, there we go. Now we're talking. This is where it starts to get fun driving this truck. This thing is, the tires are telling me that they're all out of grip. And so I'm using this top groove for all that's
Inside.
worth.
Keep high.
And the good news for
Clear
us
inside.
is that we've shown no signs that our tires are wearing more than the AI, and I made a pretty sizable adjustment to that. So that's a little bit surprising. Of course, part of this you have to keep in mind is because they are playing follow the leader up there. If they were moving around like I'm able to do and using this top groove, this would be a whole different race.
Inside.
So you have to take some of this
Stay high.
with the understanding that some of the variables are changing things,
Stay
such
high.
as the dirty air.
Clear inside.
Without the dirty air,
Car inside.
this would be very different.
Still there.
Some of the
Clear
track
inside.
I&I variables would be different.
You're in the top 10.
We are indeed in the top 10. I did not expect to make it this far with an opportunity to go even quicker. Like right there, you can see they are not having a good time passing the lap truck.
Car inside. You're up top. 3 wide. You're up top. 3 wide. Car inside. Clear inside.
All right, clear inside.
just 10 more
Do
to
I
go.
believe it? All right, I missed it. He told me, I want to say he said 10.
Car inside.
I'm going to
high.
pretend he said 10. I don't know for sure, though. I missed that.
Clear inside.
Yeah, that's what it's about right there. Just fighting this thing, tooth and nail, to try to
You
get through
dig
the
it.
corner.
You're in 5th.
Not as much as we're probably going to be fighting it in the Xfinity car and the Cup car. And the Xfinity car has proven to be quite the handful so far this season, trying to figure out a good setup that lets the car do everything I want it to do. I can get it to do a number of things, but getting it to do them all at the same time is, well, that is a goal we're still chasing. And likely, just like in real life, we'll be chasing that forever. Alright, so we're in the top 5. Alright, who is that in front of us? Are all of those... Oof, are all those lap trucks? I think so. Let me glance up at the standings. Yes, they are.
That car's a lap down.
So somewhere out there, somewhere on the track, the leaders have apparently gotten away. I mean, some of those trucks we can see in the distance there, some of those are going to be the leaders, but unfortunately I think we're going to run out of time. This is where you need multiple
Clear inside.
fuel runs. Ooh, I don't want to be on the outside of 3 wide right there coming off the exit. So you can hear me get out of the gas
Stay
there.
high. That car's a lap down. Stay high.
Let me just tell you,
Clear
entering the
inside.
corner
Inside.
3 wide like that is...
Clear.
That's no easy task, but coming off the corner 3 wide is a whole different story. So I still do not see.
Just 5 more to go.
Yeah, there we go. I had a feeling he was going to talk to me there. All right, so I still do not see the top 4 on our standings. So all lap traffic right now.
That car's a lap down. Car inside. Still there. Clear.
Okay, that was a little tense because these guys were running side by side up there in front of me going into turn 1, and I wasn't exactly sure where they were going to lift. So I played it a little bit safe there and got out of the gas a lot more than normal
That car's a lap
and a lot
down.
earlier than normal. Like right here, I'm not exactly sure what they're going to do.
Car inside. You're up top. 3 wide. Inside. Clear.
Oh wait, who is this up in front? De Benedetto, 2.7 seconds. Hey, we finally found another lead lap car.
Car outside. Clear outside.
Unfortunately, we are not going to have a chance.
Just 2 to go.
Yeah, just 2 to go. There's no way we can make up that much ground, but hey, who says we can't try? Of course, we know, I mean, Matty D's got to go through this lap traffic just like we are. So by using this high side, maybe we can get through here with a little more speed, but the tires are telling me that that grip you're looking
That
for
car's
is
a
no
lap
longer
down.
there.
White flag. 1 more lap to go.
Now, I want to say that there's about 6 to 8 more laps that we could
Car
possibly
outside.
run
Clear outside.
after the end of this race on a fuel. And I really wish we had that right now, because you can see there's Matty D right in front of me. Oh, so close, so close.
There's the flag. It's over. Great job, buddy.
Ooh, okay, that was fun. And just think, that's only the beginning of the race weekend. We got 2 more races at Atlanta. So I'm going to pull off to the side. I'm going to use the brakes for the first time, I believe, today. I'm going to pull it to a stop, iRacing style. And let's take a look. All right, so Matt Crafton, okay. Good job by the 88 there. Then Nemechek, no surprise there to find Nemechek at the front. Austin Hill again, no surprise. But wow. All right, so 26 trucks on the lead lap. not bad at all. So we come home 3.3 seconds out of the lead. So we got a lot more of work done there. We made it a long way, much farther. Again, I was figuring we would be somewhere between 10th and 15th. So 12th or 13th is kind of where I had my eye on. And then we were going to see what would happen there with the tires. But we were coming. And that is what I want to see. So that was a whole lot of fun for me. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. And stick around as our Atlanta race weekend is just getting started.